I've been a bit busy. Today we're talking about 3 episodes from the hit show Serenity. In this case, the episodes Trash, The Message, and the episode Heart of Gold. Let's look at the first episode, which is called Trash. What happened in this episode? Well, in this case, Mal's wife, Saffron, convinced him to help her steal a valuable artifact, but the crew of Serenity suspects foul play. Honestly, I gotta say that, honestly, this episode is entertaining in the fact it gives us more stories. It shows more of the world of companionship and how Saffron, Mal's wife, is kind of like she will pretend to be others just so she can get jobs and get artifacts. She's basically a combination of Mal and Inara. And yeah, so they decided to do a job, which is steal a gun from a client so that they can use it to do a bunch of other things. And honestly, it's pretty good. I feel like the actors all have good chemistry with each other, and it's pretty entertaining. It's just honestly pretty entertaining. I'll be honest though, the effects when they're in the sky trying to get the ship and get all that stuff, the effects are honestly lacking. They're pretty lacking in the fact, like, okay, we get what it is, but it seems like you didn't take all your full energy to do all of that for that sequence. And I think in the episode where Inara meets up with Saffron and puts her in a giant trash can, it's pretty funny. And she goes like say, hey, don't worry, you're not gonna die, sweetheart. We're just gonna leave you in this box and the cops are gonna get you. So let's look at the next episode, which is the episode The Message. Honestly, this episode was pretty cool. What happened in this episode, though? A former independent soldier who had served with Mal and Zoe in the Unification War returns in a dramatic manner, with vicious Alliance officers chasing after him for some unusual smuggled goods. And the unusual goods in this case are organs. He's an organ donor, but he's donating his organs so he can sell his organs for the black market. I mean, we get more backstory between Mal, Zoe, and all that, and basically their time frame in the war and all that, which is cool. I'd rather say that the guy playing Tracy, in this case Jonathan M. Woodward, he does a good job.
When you can't run, you crawl. And when you can't crawl, when you can't do that,
you find someone to carry you.
He's kind of kooky in the fact that if he has what he needs to do, he's going to do it. And he does a great job. At the same time, you feel like the entire episode, you think he's just dead until the 3rd act, where he is about to be cut up in for an autopsy, and he just goes like, yeah! And, and you're wondering why these videos have been short so lately. It's just mostly just haven't really had the opportunity in times, and at times it gets late to do all these. But yeah, I do have to say the episode acting for this one does a pretty good job. It's got a lot more, especially I feel like the part when they're on the ice world and all that. The effects of it are terrible. Terrible. Although I do have to say that the final sequence for Tracy at his funeral, it's pretty sad. The fact that, you know, he was trying to make money for his family.
Tell my folks I wanted to do right by them and that I'm at peace and all.
And all that. It's pretty sad, honestly. But let's go ahead and look at an episode which is The Heart of Gold. What happened in this episode? A companion trained friend of Nara's who runs a brothel calls for help from Serenity when a local bigwig reveals his intention to take his baby from the woman he impregnated. Honestly, I gotta say this is one of the best episodes. It's the best in the fact that it feels like a classic Western, in the fact that there's a group of bad guys. They are all conspiring to do bad against a small community, and the community in this case is like a local brothel. So you have that, a bit of a, like, you know, idea of like, say, okay, here's the score, honestly. And we also get more like, say, okay, we have an like, say, reason, like, say, okay, we have more relationship between Mal and Inara. In fact, there might be a bit of a relationship that could be developed going there.
Well,
I just had to tell Nandy about time to big fight today.
Mel, please.
No, you know, I was up. I got I thinking.
So you took to bed with Nandy. I'm glad.
Glad.
Yes. She's a dear friend and probably in need of some comfort about now.
Well,
One of the virtues of not being puritanical about sex is not feeling embarrassed afterwards.
I do have to say that the actor for Rance, the character of Rance Burgess, he is actually a very cold, he feels like one of those old Western kind of characters who basically says, I'm the man, I know what I want, I'm going to take what's mine. And he's got the man to do it. And I will have to say that sometimes in this episode, it can be a bit sexist too. But it's entertaining, honestly. It feels like an old classic, like, gunslinger episode of Brains, Bronze. And yeah, I do think the fact that we get more backstory for Nara's character, and the fact that how far she was willing to go to help out her friends and all that stuff, is really cool. And I do think the final outcome, like, say, okay, what happens to Rance? And Patina, after she delivers her baby, she goes like, meet your daddy. Say goodbye to daddy. And she shoots him, and I thought, okay, that is a cool move, like, say, since he was basically kind of in a way a toxic dude. I mean, then again, it's supposed to be an old West, in fact, like, say, he's trying to show his power over these women, the fact that he thinks he's better than them in a way. So, I feel like the idea is, like, old, classic, Western kind of idea. Like, you know, the golden guy who takes what he wants, does what he wants, and no one's gonna stop him kind of idea. But I think all these 3 episodes are pretty good. What are your thoughts on them? And, I mean, there's like a pretty good teaser, though, for the final episode. This episode, which is the fact that Inara, she leaves the group. And that is a pretty good, like, introduction for the final episode. But what do y'all think of these 3 episodes? Thanks for watching, and I apologize for being a bit late for some of these videos. It's been a busy couple days. See you later.